If you have a home with a mother and a father and you have children, okay? And let's say, whatever, there's like 2-3 kids and the parents are having a discussion about, we're gonna paint this room, okay? They're sitting down and the dad's like, we're gonna paint it purple. And the wife is like, is he fucking purple? What the fuck's he talking about? Most women, right in front of the children will tell the guy, are you fucking, purple? Like, Philip, what, are you stupid? No, it's not gonna be purple, it's gonna be eggshell. And he's like, okay, and he cowers down and whatever, right? And the kids will laugh at dad's an idiot, he can't make a decision, okay? That's one scenario. The second scenario is the woman just gonna stay quiet and go, okay, whatever, dad's saying it's purple, okay. And kids go to bed and she'll go in the bedroom and say, what are you, fucking stupid, Philip? Purple? And I'm like, okay, honey, what color do you want? Eggshell. Purple? No. He's like, okay. The next day, when the family's all together, she's like, by the way, dad changed his mind and we're gonna go with eggshell. And the kids are like, okay, the kids are all right with that. Do you guys see the difference in the two?
Oh yeah.
What's the difference?
Always be a team in front of the children.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Now, I don't know if you've seen that happen in your own household. Most of the modern families that exist today, unfortunately, if a man does speak up, he's undermined right away. The woman will challenge him right in front of the kids. And I'm not saying that the man is above the woman or not. You both are equal, but you both have your hierarchies in different areas and you both have roles and responsibilities. If the woman does the second scenario that I said, where she basically tells the kids, okay, dad says purple, and she's like fuming, she will go into the bedroom and Buddy's gonna be like, oh, I'm sorry, he's gonna listen to his wife. He'll go, okay, it's gonna be eggshell. And then she tells the kids that the next day. What the first woman is gonna lose is she's gonna lose complete control over her family, and I'll tell you why. The second woman, who's the head again of the family, the father still is, as that figure in the game of chess. The children are going to obey the mother and listen to the mother because they still have respect and fear for the father. If there's no respect or fear, first it's respect. Once the respect is gone, then there's fear. If that's gone as well, and the kids have no fear, no respect for the father, the woman is going to lose control of that house because the kids will start challenging her eventually. It's just human nature. But if she's smart, she'll utilize her man just as a figure, an iron fist. That's it. When I was younger, I remember when my mom, when I was like, 7, 8 years old, my mom would like, oh, just wait till your dad gets home and I'm going to tell him that you didn't listen. I'd be like, no, please. And then when my father would get home, she wouldn't tell him sometimes. And I'd be like, she's my savior. I was like, and she pulled me aside, you see? Like, okay, I'm going to listen to you from now on, right? And she was smart. She utilized my father as a figure. Mm-hmm. And she had full control. Everything in the house was done her way. We thought it was my dad who was in the control seat. Bullshit. It was my father. It was my mother. She controlled everything. Everything from the schedule, from what we did on the weekends, where we went for vacation, or what we bought. I thought it was my father. So that to me is an intelligent woman because women are far better at keeping it all together than men. Men can't. Men have a short fuse. So, do you guys understand what I'm saying here? Like,
oh yeah.
I'd love to hear some objections. Anyone not agree with me?
No, totally agree.
No, my parents are the same. Like, I'm from Russia, and my dad is from Moldova, so European genes.
Okay, I've been to Moldova, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Cool.
It's quite an experience.
Yeah,
I liked it.
there. But so my dad, we were always scared of my dad. Like, me and my 2 siblings.
Yeah.
And my mom would be the one is like, if you don't do this, I'm gonna tell your dad. And we're like, okay, but I'm already doing it. What do you mean? Like.
How about yourself, Natalie?
It was more the flip side. It was more of like I would be scared of my mom finding out because I think my dad was the one that was a little bit more relaxed. Still is kind of a little bit more laid back than my mom.
Mm-hmm. So your mom took charge.
Yeah.
So do you feel that in a relationship now that you kind of have the urge of kind of taking the lead?
Yeah, like it might be a bit because of her, but yeah.
See, there's a beautiful saying in Taoism, and it says the demons that you don't conquer, your children will have to conquer them. And all of the insecurities and all of the good as well, all of it is from our parents. Yep. Nobody else. So if you have any kind of insecurities, you have any issues or trauma of any type or things that trigger you, it's all from your parents. It's not you. And it's not your parents' fault, they're human as well. They made mistakes, whatever. So the key thing is to learn that and try to change that in yourself, right? And so I find that today in society with this whole masculine thing, I want you to kind of bring up the topic, Cheyanne.
Well, essentially, as we've been discussing, the definition changed. Like, it's more fluid now. It used to be more defined as like strong. It used to be more defined as protective, especially like more in the Victorian and like medieval area, right? You had men that needed to protect their families, their homestead, etc., their farms, whatever. Then as it slowly changed in like the mid 20th century, it more became defined as like economic status, what you could provide for your family. Could you provide a house and a car? Could you provide a house and a summer house and a car? Could you provide your kids college? So then it became more of like a competitive game, and men were seen as very unemotional at that point, right?
Just financial
Exactly.
contribution.
Now as we get into more of like the end of the millennials, the Gen Z, all this kind of era, men need to be seen as, you know, empathetic, you know, emotionally understanding, and then that is actually devaluing these traditional masculine roles in men, which is actually being shown now to increase mental health issues like crazy, because you have to understand men are wired to want to do these things, but then you're sitting there, like you said, Cam, getting devalued in front of people like your family or at your work, and you're not getting that respect as a man, so your traditional role is being essentially devalued, and then your mental health is going up, depression's going up, suicide rates are going up, right? And then you get the stigma behind it as well, that if they do ask for help, there's even more issue, right? So it's kind of like their values alone are, it's really sad actually to see them. It's really sad because now they can't even be that like macho men, and again, women can't really admit that they want that in the dating scene without being, you know, without it being an issue or like a cancel culture.
It's just fucked up. It's like a vicious cycle that people are stuck in, right? So we did an article in Cheyanne magazine. So Cheyanne is a luxury women's lifestyle glossy that's national across the country. It's been around for about 15 years, and I'm the publisher for it. And we did an article in there where we interviewed a professor at McGill University, and he focuses on mental health. And he was a huge advocate for men's mental health. And he said that 9 out of 10 suicides in Canada are men. You would never think that, but 9 out of 10 are men. And he kind of explained why. And he said that the problem is for example, if you were dating a guy, okay, and he worked somewhere, and let's say he hated his manager, and he came home and said, my manager yelled at me today, and he started crying, getting emotional with you. Are you okay with that?
No.
No? Are you okay with that?
Yeah, I'm
Tina?
okay with that.
I'm okay with it.
Like,
You're okay with it?
Yeah.
it's
How about
okay
yourself?
for them.
It depends.
It's like, oh, you know, Jonathan was like, you know, talked down to me in front of the people to embarrass me. Like, just
Yeah, if it's something
No.
just so mundane that no one should be crying over, then yeah, no, that's not what you
But
want.
you're okay with it, right? If he's
If it's
emotional.
like stupid boy drama like that, then no, not really. Like if I wouldn't cry over it, I don't think like you really should either. But everyone has feelings. Everyone has their moments of weakness, and I think if like I like it when guys cry because it's able to show that they're like emotionally vulnerable to me. Because I've been in a past relationship that was like on and off for 2 to 3 years, and the guy was never able to open up. Was never emotional with me once. Well, I felt like I was one constantly opening up, and I felt alone in that. So yeah, I'm okay with it.
And Sabina, you're okay with it as well?
Yeah, okay with
Okay.
it. Like, obviously, hopefully not every day they're coming to me crying about their boss.
Once a week.
But like, just kidding.
Once
like,
a week.
I feel like
Every
I'm,
Monday
like,
when they have a meeting.
I don't really think there's a big difference between them complaining about their boss to me and actually crying about their boss to me. Like to me, it's on the same level.
Okay.
It depends on how they're complaining. If they're just being like
They're venting.
whining,
Like a woman. Like, oh,
Yes.
I'd say women vent, like, oh my god, there's this bitch at my office. I can't stand her. You know, she purposely fucks things up and gets me into trouble. I hate her guts, right? So women do that, right? But they're still working there, and the guy will just like, okay, look, what do you want me to do about it? Nothing, just listen to me and shut up. Like, okay, I'll just listen to you. So if you were dating a guy, like you were saying, that's emotional, that maybe once or, you know, twice a month kind of has like he cries because, you know, his boss is really hard on that work. You find that attractive in the man?
I mean, maybe not attractive, but like, if I care about them, then I wouldn't really, I wouldn't see it
Yeah.
as like a red flag or anything like that.
Yeah.
But you don't
I
think
see
that over time, if this happened ongoing every month, a couple of times he has like a period and he starts crying, that
No.
you wouldn't be like, you know what, what's going on here, buddy? Like you need to like grow some balls. There's something wrong with you.
Maybe
I'm
I'll
not
like
your
try
mommy.
to help him. I'll try to help him.
But wouldn't that be a turnoff? Like, how can you sleep with a man after he cried because his boss yelled at him?
I don't know. From my
Like,
perspective,
I'm sorry. I'm
it
sorry.
should be when you look at your man, he's trying to help you solve your problems, not when he's looking at you, you're there to comfort him to solve his problems.
Well, no,
right?
solving a problem is
Yeah,
so,
that's
it's two different things.
Yeah.
So understand, a woman, so the same way for men, I'm speaking for myself, I don't like masculine qualities in women. Like, I don't like a woman to say, I don't need a man, I can, then fuck off, like, have a nice day. I like a woman who's feminine and who's soft and sexy and smells great and all that stuff, right? But at the same time, I know that push comes to shove, she'll fucking grab the battle axe and fight for
Oh, yes.
our family and so on, go to war.
I'm just talking about like in conflict, when there's like a conflict.
No, but so in conflict, women will vent just for venting. They're not looking for a solution, they just want to vent, let it out. If a man's complaining to you, he's usually, most men, all the men that I know, if they're complaining, it's because they want a solution.
Yes.
So if me and my buddies, we get together and my friend's like, oh, you know what, the landlord at my, where I live is a real asshole. He did this, and I'll say, well, you know what, you should do this in return.
They fix it.
Yeah,
They wanna
they're like,
fix
okay, I'll try that. He's not gonna go, oh, I don't need you to tell me what to do, I was just venting. I'm not gonna do nothing. I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with you? But women do that. You girls will talk, because that's how your DNA is. You'll talk, and you'll talk about your neighbor being an asshole, or your coworker, but you're not gonna quit your job, or you're not gonna do anything about it, you're just gonna talk. So if a man was to do that all of a sudden, on a regular basis with you, I find it very hard to believe that you'd be attracted to that man over a long period of time. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
I think it is a red flag.
I don't know. I do
agree.
kind of want to know what, my man is kind of thinking and feeling towards the things in his life. It's just, as long as it's not overkill, Like,
But
no, I
no-
don't want to hear about it all the time if you're not making the steps towards solution. But as long as you're making the steps towards solution, I don't think I would mind hearing about it, no.